fives in his last 7 U.S. Opens. But just in majors in general, since 2022 in 10 events, he's made the cut in 9 of 10, 7 top 20s, 4 top 5s. And then a lot of that stuff we're looking at this week. He's third in driving accuracy. He's 10th in scrambling. He's 13th in lag putting, 11th in putting inside 10 feet, 8th in bogey avoidance, and 8th in par 4 scoring. So, again, those are all things that should help Fleetwood. Even if I don't know if he can actually get the win done, I do expect him to do well. Next up, Minwoo Lee, 7,300. He's 70-1 to win. I actually think now you can get him at 90-1. I made a mistake there betting him a little early. And then plus 550 to top 10. He's played in 2 U.S. Opens, done very well in both, a 5th and 27th place finish, done very well in majors in general. He's made the cut in 8 of 10, finished 27th or better in 7 of those 10 majors played. He's playing well coming in, having finished 26th or better in his last 4 PGA starts. And he's another guy that a lot of those things we're looking at. He's 10th in strokes gained off the tee. He's one of the best middle to long iron players, 10th on approaches from 175 to 200. He's 28th on approaches of 200-plus yards. Another guy that doesn't three-putt a lot, 12th in three-putt avoidance. And he's 18th in par 4 scoring, which is huge. So now that we've spent all that money, we got to be down in the cheap range here. And that guy I mentioned earlier, Martin Kaymer, 5,700. He is 25-1 to top 10, plus 850 to top 20. And if you're going to anchor with Scheffler, you got to get in that low range. And he's got a great track record.
He knows the golf course. And he knows the golf course post-renovation, too.
Right.
Where is Tiger sitting at right now? Is he about 5,700?
Tiger's, I think, just a little bit more expensive than Kaymer. I believe he's like 6,300 or 6,400. So
no rough and him being creative. I mean, that may be a good pick in my opinion.
The flat walk is the thing I'm looking at.
Pinehurst is not that flat though.
Yeah.
You know, when you play number 2, no. Okay. When you 1, 2, and 3 are pretty flat, and then when you play 4, you go way downhill and then come back uphill. The 5th hole is really banked, very similar to the 5th hole at Augusta National, and then you start to get a little bit flatter. But there's quite a bit of undulation at Pinehurst number 2 that you don't really see too much. 18 is a pretty aggressive walk uphill as well.
I just worry about him physically being able to, like the 4 rounds, I just don't know if he can do that anymore, like physically walk. He's obviously got the skills. He plays really difficult course as well. But Kaymer, again, he won here in 2014, obviously by a bunch. But the big thing, 13 U.S. Open starts since 2010. He's made the cut in 9 of 13, 8 top 40 finishes. He's healthy after a surgery they had in 2022. He said he feels the best physically that he has in years. He's been playing well in the LIV with 3 straight finishes of 19th or better. The big thing for me is he's been picking up strokes. He's been like top 10 in the field consistently on approach, green and regulation percentage. And that was what Kaymer's game was at, the height of basically his skills as a really good iron player. So I feel pretty good about him being in there. And then again, with having Scheffler and Koepka, now we got to go down to the really cheap range. And I'm just going with, in my opinion, the most skilled guy in that price range. That's Gordon Sargent. He's 5,400, 9-1 to top 20, 5-1 to top 30. He is, again, I just think one of the most talented guys in this field, period. The 2022 NCAA individual champion, number 1 ranked amateur in the world. He is the first player in NCAA history to earn a full PGA Tour card in college by reaching the 20-point threshold. And surprisingly, to many, he turned it down. He's going to go back to school. Now, he doesn't lose that, so he will be able to do that in 2025. It'll be waiting on him, but he is going to go back to school. But he did well in his first U.S. Open last year. He finished 39th at LA Country Club. That was the low amateur of the event. And I just, again, with his talent, I think that, there's a good chance he makes the cut. He's proven that he can do it in these difficult fields.
Absolutely. We got to take a quick break, Keith. We'll get into our picks so we can get some of these extra guys. I do want to mention, I think Gordon Sargent's a great bet, 5-1 for low amateur. But a lot of these guys have played the North-South, one of the larger amateur tournaments in the country that's been held at Pinehurst for a very, very long time. You're listening to The Inside Drive. When we get back, we'll dive into some picks with Keith, and then Alan's on our text line. He'll let us know, and Jay Henley is here. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida, available on all your devices.
Keep connected.
Hear your favorite sports talk hosts.
The Coach James Hale Show.
You're listening to the Inside Drive live.
The afternoon underdog.
And your favorite teams.
Braves winning!
We're live on the app. Tune in, Alexa, ESPNPC.com, Facebook, YouTube, and in your car at 101.9 and 104.3. Wherever you go, there we are. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. The remainder of the day, possible thunderstorms and mostly sunshine and a temperature of 90 with wind 8 to 12 miles per hour out of the southwest. Mostly clear skies tonight and warm near 77. A mixture of mostly sunshine and likely thunderstorms and 90 tomorrow. 92 and sunshine most of the day aside from possible thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening Friday. This is your Wednesday's weather brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Did you know that fees associated with real estate closings are virtually the same from one title company to the next? So what sets South Oak Title apart? Effective communication, customer service, expertise, and technology. If you're buying or selling real estate, refinancing a residential or commercial property, tell your realtor you want to close with South Oak Title. South Oak Title, with locations across the Southeast, including Panama City Beach, Inlet Beach, Destin, and Fort Walton Beach. Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
If you're looking for the most epic place on Earth, let's start at the base of a massive waterfall. Then trek through the thick jungle. Then climb to the peak of a snowy mountaintop. Then once you get there, keep going. Because with intelligent 4x4 and 7 drive modes and a Nissan Pathfinder, the search is the real adventure.
Available feature. Intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
And now, the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
We're going to have a talk.
Tell me what you know. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
It's a frantic noise.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive, and Jay's hat was officially backwards there for just a second, trying to take in all this great information. Before we get into our pick'em here, Keith, give us a few more options. You know, if you go with Scheffler, you got to get creative. So there's a couple more I know real quick you want to mention.
Yeah, I just want to thank David for that Warren G. That is amazing. I do want to mention Bryson DeChambeau. He's 10,100, 20 to 1 to win. We know he's playing well coming in. He's somebody that is first in the field in good drives over his last 24. Hitting the ball high is so important with these, turtle shell greens. He's second in apex, and he's fifth in strokes gained on very good.
Hold on, real quick. Jay, what does apex mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
Predator.
the top of the ball.
Oh,
flight.
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You do teach golf for a living. Anyway, go ahead, Keith.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to just get that
Hogan
in there.
Apex. I remember the Hogan Apex.
There was a great irons. I had Apex 2s, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. All right, Cam Smith, another guy, 8,700. I really like him, 50 to 1 to win, plus 750 to top 5. This is a venue that, to me, screams Cam Smith. He has the best wedge game, in my opinion, on tour, one of the best scramblers, one of the best putters. He is somebody that if he just drives the ball well, I really expect him to be in contention because in majors since 2020, 17 starts, a win, 8 top 10s, 4 top 5s. He finished 4th in the U.S. Open last year. But then the last two guys who I both really like is Sahith Theegala, 7,600, plus 900 to top 5. Probably the best value in the DK field. He has top 15 finishes this season at Memorial, PGA, Players, Arnold Palmer. In majors since 2022, he's made the cut in 6 of 7, finished 40th or better in 5 of 7. He is somebody who's top 25 in strokes gained, tee to green, off the tee, approach and putting. But my absolute favorite play this week for DK, Russell Henley, 6,900. He's 75 to 1 to win, 14 to 1 to top 5, plus 550 to top 10. This reminds me so much of Brian Harman at the Open Championship last year. This is a guy who plays very well in the U.S. Open, much like Harman did in the Open Championship since 2017. 27th, 25th, 13th, and 14th in 4 or 5 finishes. He's great tee to green on approach. He's 21st in strokes gained around the green. But the big thing is 5th in driving accuracy, 21st in scrambling, 13th in total putting. He's 3rd in 3-putt avoidance, 23rd in bogey avoidance, 1st in sand save percentage. And what I like is again, where you're going to have to sometimes punch out and really scramble from those distances. He is top 20 on tour on approaches from 75 to 100 yards, 100 to 125 yards, and 125 to 150 yards. I think this is a tailor-made Russell Henley golf course. I think he's going to be in contention, and he's a great value on DK, and you can get some pretty good prop odds as well.
I like it. All right, Jay, it's time.
What's the time for?
I've won, 4 out of 5? It's time to pick some stuff.
Oh, all right.
You know, you haven't been here a whole lot the last 2 weeks.
No.
And it's nice to have you in here. Just, you know, it makes it refreshes. I said some things yesterday that I probably wouldn't have normally said, but I slipped up and I was like, well, you know, I'm just trying to bring my inner Jay out a little bit. But anyway, we're going to have to go a little bit quick. Keith, who's going to go first in our snake draft here? Because
what's that Jay got?
All right.
No way.
Yeah. All right. Who's second?
We'll let Alan go.
All right. You can't let me go fourth again.
Actually, let Alan go fourth, so that way he'll get back-to-back picks. You can go second, I'll go third. How about that?
That works for me, because I really think that fourth pick is a good one. That's for sure.
Yep, the one time I won, I picked fourth. So.
All right, Jay. There's only one choice with the first pick.
Y'all are going to be surprised here. I'm actually going to go Liv right off the cuff.
I'm not surprised at all, to be honest.
And I'm actually starting to become a little bit of a fan of this guy, if you will.
Holy shnikes.
Yeah, I know. Bryson DeChambeau.
DeChambeau?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm so proud of you, Jay.
Thank you.
I'm not.
But I don't Ryan get Scheffler, which that's kind of a bummer.
I will completely take that. No doubt about that. Scotty Scheffler with my second pick there. There you go. All right, Keith, who are you going with first?
Go ahead and give me, to me, the best major championship player in the world. Still, I'm going to take Brooks Koepka.
Koepka. All right, Alan, I know he's about 10 seconds because he's doing the stream. So, Alan, just shoot us a text to that group text, and we'll get it in there. He was wanting to take DeChambeau there, Jay, and you stole it from him.
Sorry, Alan.
He's good. He's too busy cursing everybody out to give us a pick. So hopefully he's getting us here.
He doesn't like me as well for taking Koepka.
Oh, he loves Brooks.
Xander.
So he went with Xander. So the second pick back to you, Alan. Who are you going to go with? I need to spell Koepka right. Koepka. Then Xander. And then Alan's got another one on the snake draft that we do. Again, just a reminder, it is our top 4 out of the 6. If you missed a cut, you lose 5. The legendary Colin Morikawa, as Keith would say it. And it's back to you, Keith. I don't know if you were going to take him or not, but it's your turn. Ooh, Alan even added the "we" in it. Like
I'm going to go ahead and take the guy that I just said. This is a tailor-made course for him. I'm going to go with Cam Smith.
There you go. I like that one. All right. I'm going to type, remember Cam Smith for me there, Jay, because I got to make my pick as well. Do you go with Rory? Do you not go with Rory? I'm going to go with the young gun, and I think only this may be his first. Probably not his first U.S. Open. I'm going to go with Ludwig Aubert. I think
it is actually his first U.S. Open.
He hasn't played in a lot of majors, but he's played in a lot of big-time tournaments.
He's so young. He's I think only 20, so, it doesn't. Yeah. You don't have a lot of time, even as an amateur, to qualify for majors when you're that young.
Absolutely. All right, Jay, back to you.
I think you need a good butter cut going into these greens.
Of course you do.
The butter cut that I'm seeing is cousin Russell Henley. I think he can butter cut one in there.
All right.
I love Russell.
Yeah. There's Jay's first miscut.
Hey, now, come on now. That's one of my favorite plays. Don't be doing me dirty like that.
There you go. All right. It's back to you, Jay Henley.
Oh, back to me.
This is how a snake draft works.
Yeah,
I know you've done a lot of different drafts, but you never remember them, so that's okay.
How about my dude that just got from behind one, and that would be Victor Hovland.
Victor Hovland got out from behind one. Define that for me in about 10 seconds.
I can't.
No.
All right. Back to me.
You know what I mean.
No, I really don't. I really don't. All right.
Keith does.
Of course he does. This guy is typically not let me down. I know a lot of people are staying away from another name, but I'm going to go with a guy that always plays well at difficult golf courses, and that's my good friend Hideki Matsuyama. Matsu. You made me go second. You went third, so Matsu.
I can't not pass him by this late. He's back with his wife. If he's got good mojo going, give me Rory. Someone take Rory McIlroy.
I also think because they are staying together, that officially means he's going to be heading to the Live Tour. She wanted him to play less golf, spend more time with the family. What's the best way to do that? Go play on the Live Tour, get yourself a couple $100 million, and tell Jay Monahan, a big FU on the way out because he made Rory the poster boy and then just kind of backed out. He's not even on the Players Advisory Board anymore. So you heard it here first. On June 12th, 2024, Rory goes to the Live Tour, probably after this season.
All right.
Alan is up for 2 picks. I love that he put in the text thread, Keith, we don't have a lot of time. Stop giving. At least you said good commentary.
Good commentary.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And then he said that's not good mojo. Dude's about to tank about Rory. So love you, Alan. Who you got?
All right, Alan, stop giving us commentary and give us some picks here. You got back-to-back, that's for sure. This is good. It's working, though. The text thing is working here, Jay. Yeah. Don't miss cuts. All right.
Going with Spieth. Adberg's gone.
I already took Adberg in my second pick there, Alan. So we'll give you Spieth, who's won the U.S. Open before, but you got to pick somebody else besides Ludwig Aubert. I just love it's got the little, and you can even do that on your iPhone. You can put the little circle on top of the A.
And you would.
I did.
Yeah. You really? How do you do that?
You just hold down the A, and then it gives you lots of options. It's the same way you put the little degree sign with the 0. You hold down 0, and then you get the degree sign up there. All right.
So he's going with
Corey Connors, the Canuck, who's playing some great golf right now. Back to you, Keith.
I'm going to go ahead and take the guy that I said is a potential upset, Minwoo Lee.
That's a great pick. That is a great pick. I'm going to go with Sahith Theegala with my next pick.
Good one.
All right, Jay, back to you.
He won it in Angel City last year. I'm going with Wyndham Clark, Pinehurst.
You just like to say the City of Angels.
Yep. Angel City.
Although you said Angel City.
Angel City, City of Angels.
It's all the same.
It's
got an angel in it.
That's right. Ball 4, ball 8.
You gotta watch out for those rings. All right, you still got another pick here, Haas.
Is Bill Haas in this?
I don't think so.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
He's on the Corn Ferry. Oh, goodness.
Hell, he might be on the Champions Tour by now.
Winning the millions from the end of the year tour championship.
How about? I'm going to go out on a limb and
imagine that.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb. The Canadian Tour. They played in Canada last week, and it was Robert McIntyre.
Yeah, it wasn't last week either. It was 2 weeks ago. But you haven't been here so much; it feels like it was last week.
Robert
Jay makes me feel like a little bit more than a casual golf fan.
That's the best comment of the day. That is for sure.
Robert McIntyre.
All right, I'm gonna go with my good friend Max Homa with this next pick.
Homa.
All right, let me McIntyre.
Give me Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Fitz 2 years ago won the U.S. Open champion. That means Alan, it is your last 2 picks coming up back to back, and then Jay, we're gonna finish with you. So get prepared. I know it's coming here shortly. But again, top 4 picks. If you have anybody miss the cut, it's -5. But if you have 4 guys make the cut, then you are good to go. 2 great picks from Alan. You got Cam Young, one of Keith's top picks that's been kind of running through all his DK stuff. And then, of course, Will Zalatoris, who's kind of on a comeback tour, so to speak, looking to break through with another win here pretty soon. All right, Keith, back to you.
So this is just because of the format and the U.S. Open being difficult. I'm going to go with Denny McCarthy, who has got one of the best short games on tour. I think he's going to at least make the cut this week.
He's playing some good golf, that is for sure. All right, Denny McCarthy, that leads to my last pick, and I'm torn between going with my boy Dustin Johnson or going with the Mr. Angry himself, Alan's boy, Tyrell Hatton. And I think I'm going to go with Tyrell Hatton because I think, if anybody can get...
Especially with Rahm not in the field.
Yeah.
It's mini Rahm, as Alan likes to call him.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So there you go. Denny McCarthy, Tyrell Hatton. Jay, that leaves you with our last pick in our snake draft here.
This individual's been silent for quite some time now, but I think he awakes this week. How about Matthew Pavone? How about that?
Not a bad pick, but can he handle a golf course that is absolutely brutal? We shall find out. And this golf tournament actually has a cut, and it's more than 10 people, so there's we'll see what happens in this one. But just to recap real fast, Jay, your team is Bryson DeChambeau, Russell Henley, Victor Hovland. I think you've picked Victor Hovland every time we've done one of these. I think this is our, 6th one. Wyndham Clark, Robert McIntyre, and Matthew Pavone, the Frenchman. And then I have Scotty Scheffler, Ludwig Aubert, Hideki